Time once again to do routine maintenance on my 04 Scion XB. Gonna change out the transmission filter and as much as the fluid as I can. Probably about 3 to 4 quarts drop in the transmission pan. If I'm wrong by that, then I'm gonna have to run to the store and get some more fluid. But I'm going with the Wix transmission filter. Can't go wrong with Wix. And then I have ATF Type IV for the Toyota transmission fluid. I suggest always trying to go with the factory stuff because it just does best with it. Now, it's been about 30,000 miles. Yeah. And some may argue you can go 60,000 miles, but the thing about it is this has a lot of stop and go, so it's extreme duty. And as I looked at the transmission fluid, didn't lose any, but it's starting to get more brown than it is red. And brown transmission fluid is an indication that, hey, it's time to change me. So let's do that. Real simple. This one's got a drain plug. So nice. The car is jacked up, just giving me some more room to get to these bolts here, but safety jack and the jack itself, just for safety's sake. All right, so here's the pan, and when they designed this vehicle, they thank you engineers, you put a drain plug here. And so that makes life so much easier and a whole lot less messy. Still messy, but so much easier. This takes a 10mm Allen wrench. Now, I'm gonna put this on here, and then I got myself an extension that I've made that is gonna help me break this loose. Okay, and let's break this loose. Oh, it's already starting to drip. And let me get this lined up just right. And, oh, yeah, it's a good idea if I go ahead and unscrew it all the way. It's gonna be kind of difficult either way. And try to make sure I don't drop the plug in the hole here. Yay. And you can tell it is pretty dark. So it's definitely time to change it. As much as I possibly can get out has dripped out. I'm gonna go ahead and temporarily put this plug back up in here so I don't make more of a mess than I already have when I take all of the bolts off of this transmission pan. Now, my new one, the Wix filter, comes with a gasket, but this one didn't come with a gasket, and it's RTV'd up there with special, RTV stuff. So this one's gonna be a little bit more difficult to remove. I'm gonna go ahead and start removing all of these 10mm bolts. What I've done, I've got my pan hopefully situated in a way that can catch any fluid that falls out of here. And I've already removed these in the back. The goal is to start to loosen this to where it pulls out of the back, which is the way the vehicle's already kind of angled at, and then just start taking them out from the front. And it helps if you have, some kind of electrical device, pneumatic, something like this. Makes it a whole lot easier. I'm gonna take this and try to wedge it in between, see if I can't break that seal. Oh yeah, it's gonna definitely break. Let me go ahead and get this, hopefully where it can catch most of it. Yeah, I left a few of the bolts in so it doesn't just drop. Wait a minute, oh, this has a gasket. Oh, well, fantastic. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit easier. So, let me go ahead and get all but 2 of these out of here. Come on. So I got one on the right and one on the left. And let's see if I can do this without making an utter mess of everything. So there's one back here, and then I got this one right here. And yeah, let's see if we can do this. All right, come loose. Try to hold it up, and then as it comes down, I'm gonna try to angle it toward the drain pan. Hopefully it would do that. No, it's gonna go everywhere. I know it will. Come on. All right, it's loose. Oh no, I got one more. Okay. All right, carefully now. Let's angle this back. Oh yeah. Ah, it worked. Fantastic. So looking at the pan, other than what's falling in it right now from this light, it's not too bad. It's not bad at all. There's always going to be some shavings there on the magnet, but that's normal. I mean, that's 30,000, 35,000 miles worth of stop and go. But there's no big metal chunks. I mean, the fluid is still kind of reddish. It's a little on the dark side, but other than what just fell off of this light, like it's happening right now, it looks in great shape. So just gonna drop the filter, put a new one in, clean this all up, and put it back up. 3 bolts hold this filter on. Some filters don't have it. This one does. It's 10 millimeter. And they're really long. Bolts don't fall in there. Don't let it fall in that hole. All right, see how long that one is? And I better get a rag. Where's my rag? Because I'm putting this right on the concrete. And the last one. Okay. And the filter is going to stay up there. Now, it will drop some oil when I pull this off. So make sure you got it, you know, where it can catch it. All right, got a new Wicks filter. I'm going to replace this one with, I don't know what brand this is, but replacing it with a Wicks. And always check up here. Make sure there's not a gasket remaining. Here's the old gasket. So the thing is, when the new filter with this new gasket goes up in there, you don't want a gasket already there, and it'll never seal. So you need to have good seal so the transmission flows like it should. Great. All right, let me get this cleaned up right here around the edge with a rag and get the new filter ready to replace it. The new filter with the new gasket on there. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this fluid that's dripping, just kind of pre-lube it right here around this gasket, and then we're going to just push straight up. Give it a good push. Will it hang there? No, let's do it again. Nope. Do I have it in there? Yeah, there it went. Okay, now take the bolts that I took off and, you know, secure this back in place. Make sure that you try to not get any dirt back up in here. So make sure everything's nice and clean as you put it back up. Now, there's probably a torque to this, but I'm going to do my torque setting, which is there and then some. So let me get these up here. All right. Now just remember, this is an aluminum case, so you don't want to, you know, go crazy on it. So just a little bit, okay? Just there and then some. There and then some. That's not going anywhere. You just want to make sure that they're all snugged. Okay, time to clean up the pan, put the seal on there, run the bolts up, refill this thing. So what I'm doing is, after I got this nice and clean and shiny, I'm just putting a little bit of RTV. Now preferably gray or black. You can even use wheel bearing grease to kind of keep the gasket from moving around on you as you put this back on. So what I'm doing here, all I have is blue RTV, not really ideal, but what it's not really going to seal. I'm just putting it down to hold the gasket in place while I position the pan up there to get the bolts through. That side up here. All right. Got it going right here. 3. See, it's holding it in place already. Just not a whole lot. Just keeps it from getting all floppy on you. All right, Let's get this thing up there. Okay, go ahead and get some bolts up in here. Just keep it from getting that gasket out of place. Click, click. Yep, and that's all I'm gonna do, all the way around, torquing it to 70 inch-pounds. Time to put the transmission fluid back in. And since I'm gonna do this with one hand while I'm recording, let me give you a little bit of advice. Pour this in very slowly. Reason being is, it's just a narrow tube, and as you pour the transmission fluid in, the air that is in that transmission is going to be displaced, but there's no way for it to get out other than the way that this fluid is coming in. So what would happen if you pour too much into there, it's going to just trap that air, and all of a sudden that air is going to force its way up, and you're going to be covered in automatic transmission fluid. Ask me how I know. One other way to do this without it burping like that on you, it's if you're able to use two hands, like I'm not able to right now. Oops, I spilled a little bit. Kind of give yourself a little bit of space there for the air to come out. Again, pour slowly as you pour, but just don't do it too fast. So right now, I got about a quart in there right now. I know at least 3 quarts came out. So I'm going to put 2.5 quarts in, and then I'm going to start checking. All right, I am 2.5 quarts in. I've already wiped this down. Let's see what the dipstick says. And it says it's all over it. So let me go and wipe it down again and try it again. 2.5 quarts in, and I know I'm getting close. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here all the way down. And let's see what the stick says. And it says I'm in between full cold and full hot. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and crank it up and just let it warm up. Run through the gears a bit, and then check it again while it's running in neutral or in park, and then check to see what the actual level is. Engine is warmed up, and I ran it through all the gears, and hopefully we'll be right on the mark. And from what I see is, focus. Well, we're definitely at the level where it says cool. Now the engine is warmed up to like operating temperature. It needs just about, I would say about 1/2 quart of transmission fluid. So I'm going to put that in, and we will be done with this. Also, make sure that there are no leaks. Now, I only got that bucket underneath there because as I was pouring, I accidentally added a little bit too much too quickly, and yeah, that whole burping thing. So, I didn't even follow my own advice. So, there it is. Now, it's been on the stick. It's kind of run down a little bit, but it is actually touching the full mark for hot. This engine is warmed up, transmission is warmed up, exactly where it needs to be. So the drain on this, I drained 4 quarts out, and I put 4 quarts in. There you have it. And in all transparency, I had 3.5 quarts of Type 4 Toyota ATF, and so I needed 1/2 quart more. So I just took this Global Multi-Vehicle Automatic Transmission Fluid, and I read on the back, and it's an equivalent match to the Toyota Type 4. So I like to put the original stuff in, the factory stuff in, but 1/2 quart of that is not going to make any difference. It's the equivalent, so this is topped off. Not too bad. So transmission maintenance, something you can easily do. Mailman Mechanic, see you at the mailbox.